Welcome to the Felt Dyslexic Artist Interview. My name is Liz Buckridge. For me as a dyslexic artist, other artists and creatives have always been my number one inspiration. In these interviews, we talk with artists and creatives who share their stories and we gain insight into their process from inspiration to art tips, career building, and more. We're so lucky to listen to the wisdom of Jen Shepherd today. I'm so excited to hear about her past and future projects and share insights on life as an artist. Hi.
Hi,
Thank you for talking with us today.
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yay. So I'm gonna jump right in. Describe the art you make. What medium do you primarily work in, and why do you choose that medium?
I am a photographer. I would say that's my number one medium. On a side note, I'm also a writer, so I do both. But I would say my first love was photography, and I use a camera. And I've been doing this for, like, say, 40 something years. It's a long time.
Do you work in any other mediums?
I have dabbled in oil painting and drawing, and again, writing, which I think writing is an art too. I just wrote a memoir, so yeah.
Oh, you finished it?
Final editing stages. Yeah, thank goodness.
How did you get into making art? Can you tell us about your background and how you first became interested in art?
Yeah, my dad got me excited about photography as a little kid. My first camera was a Polaroid. And I still have my photos from the storm of '78, if anybody remembers that, my Polaroid pictures. So I got started when I was about 8 or 9 years old and never stopped loving it my whole life.
Yeah. Um, how did you get into your specific style? What themes or subjects inspire your work?
Once upon a time, it was people, portraiture. I love people and I love all the differences that the different looks that people bring to to photos. But during COVID, I discovered birds and wildlife, and I was very bored. And I was photographing robins in the backyard and sparrows. And then 5 years later, I'm pretty proficient in eagles flying, and um, I have a better understanding of how to photograph wildlife, and I love it. So, yeah.
I know your work is so cool.
Thank you.
Um, okay, do you consider yourself neurodivergent or neurotypical?
I'm neurotypical. Yes, that's all I
Yeah.
have to say on that.
That's a very neurotypical answer. Have you faced any challenges or setbacks in your art career, and how did you overcome them?
Hmm. So I've never really had art as a career, actually. It's always just been for, like, calms me down as a form of meditation. And I don't really think I've had any setbacks with this. I think the equipment has gotten better over time, and that's helpful. And when digital photography came into play, I guess that was a setback because I didn't know how to use it. I'm very old school. I had a dark room. I used to develop my own film and everything, and so I had to relearn the process. But you know, I did. So, and now it's digital photography is amazing. So now I'm super happy that I know how to do
Yeah, the
it.
dark room was challenging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
Needham, Massachusetts.
Did you do art when you were a little kid?
I did. I still have my sketchbook from when I was a child. I love sketching just found objects. Poetry, I wrote poems, wrote short stories. So I always had those creative outlets. Yeah, from a pretty young age.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite colorway for your art? And is the colorway or palette for your art the same as the colors in your house?
Mm. That's a great question. And since I love wildlife, nature, landscape, um, I would say yes, the palette is, my house is filled with plants. I have over 50 plants. Most of my colors are very neutral or earthy. Um, And I love walking around the house and looking at my stuff. And then I love going into the field and photographing. I think green is a very strong color for me. Blues and greens, I would say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Describe the space where you make your art.
Um, Outside primarily. And I love going to like the Norman Bird Sanctuary or Mount Hope Farm in Bristol. Anywhere that is quiet and I can kind of be on my own. Love walking paths and trails and any place like that. Aquidneck Island in Rhode Island itself is an amazing, there's so much to explore. So yeah, I love it.
This is a follow-up question that I don't usually do, but when you're taking pictures out on the paths, do you just like sit and wait?
That's a good question. So like at Norman Bird Sanctuary, they have the big pond. And I know now what birds come to that pond. I know there's a great blue heron. I know there's all different herons. There's all kinds of seabirds. So I'll bring my tripod and you have to be patient and you set it up and you wait for the light to get just so. And eventually something's going to fly past or swim past. And I've learned to be very patient and I don't have to constantly be on the move. I can just be and wait. And that's not easy for my personality, but I really enjoy it. There's a time for walking and moving, and there's the time for just being. And so I've learned to slow down.
Okay. How did your school system support your interest in art growing up?
Yeah, we had a really good art program, art and music at my school. And actually, senior year in high school, we had beginning photography. So I took it, and that's when I fell in love with the process of making the negatives and the prints. I love my enlarger and I had a great teacher. And it was that time that I said, I want to be a professional photographer. I want to be a photojournalist. And it was through the school system that really, I think I developed that, I was like, I'm going to be a professional at this.
And then you didn't go through with it?
I was a professional for a while,
Mm-hmm.
but what I ended up doing was managing photography studios. I thought I wanted to photograph, but I manage people. That seemed to be what I was good at, management and sales. So there you go. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you see your work evolving or changing in the future? What do you have planned?
Mm. Well, I've I've decreased my photography a little bit because I've been writing a lot. I'm getting published now and focusing on that art at the moment, that craft. But I don't know. There's so many things that you can photograph. I love to travel and bring my cameras and see things I've never seen before. So I think that would be, my goals for the future. Um, Find new things to photograph that I've never done before.
Still in nature or?
I think so. You cannot pull me out. I'm just like, let's travel somewhere where I can be outside.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. Is making art an emotional process for you or strategic?
Both, 100%. It's very meditative for me to go out in nature and capture the beauty, but it's not easy. Like you have to be strategic, you have to know what you're doing, especially anything in flight or movement. You got to get the light right and the speed and this and that. And I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, and professional photographers, we all shoot a lot to get that one good picture. So I would say it's both really, which is part of the reason I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through your creative process from idea to finished piece?
Well, maybe. I don't, when I go out with my camera, I don't actually have necessarily a set goal. Although this morning I knew there was some little wood ducks, baby ducks at a pond, and I said to myself, if they're there, I'm gonna photograph them. So I kind of had a motive this morning, and they were there, and I photographed them. But usually it's just potluck. It is what it is. Nature is different every single day, all day long. And I kind of like that mystery of it and just, I wonder what I'll see today. And if I see nothing, then I see nothing. If I get a great photo, it's a bonus. That's my mental, the way I look at it.
And you go out every day?
I used to go out every day, especially during COVID, to be by myself. Um, I don't go out and photograph every day, but I go outside at least twice a day for big walks. Yeah, it's a heavy camera too, and it took its toll on me a little bit, so I'm trying to take it easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are heavy, 25 pounds or something, is that how heavy?
I don't think
they are?
it's that heavy.
20 pounds? I know some of them are really heavy.
Yeah, it's the lens, not the camera's light, but
Right.
it's a lens about that long, and that is what and the tripod as well. I carry all of it,
Yeah.
and I'm not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
I look like it, but I'm not.
So once you do the photograph,
Mhm.
how, like, what's the finish?
Post-process.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on an SD card, and then I download them on my computer. And I get rid of the ones that didn't work out, blurry or dark, or I just don't like it. I save all the good ones that I love, and then I just edit them very lightly. I don't even have any fancy, software. I crop and I make sure everything is, as good as it can look. Sometimes I'll print them and put them in mats and frames or hang around the house or give them as gifts, or donate them to certain things. But it's, for the most part, they live on my computer now. I have over 60,000 images currently. It's a little overwhelming. I know I can't talk about it, I'll get overwhelmed. It's a lot of getting rid of. I've had to learn not to keep everything, only the best stuff. It's really hard.
And they just live there in your computer?
They do. I have the iCloud, so they live in the cloud. I have a very technical husband who helps me manage the thousands. Yeah.
I want to see them.
Sure.
I know, I've seen some of them. They're amazing. The ones with the moon and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
How do you combine, well, I don't know how you're gonna answer this, but how do you combine the art you love to make and the art you sell?
Mm. I seldom sell my art currently, although I'm asked, do you sell it? So I'm currently making a website, and once that's done, people will be able to contact me if they see something they love, and then they can buy it that way. But mostly I just love to share the work, and if somebody loves what I do, I'll just, without even telling them, I'll just send them a picture. Because I mean, I love when people love what I love, you know what I mean? And makes me happy. So
Yeah, you sent me some loon pictures.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know loons. We have a lot of loons in our
You
backyard.
do?
Yeah.
I want more pictures of loons. So you just told us a little bit about the website. What's the name of the website?
It's jenshepherd.net. It's not live yet.
It's not live, but we'll put that information in the show notes. And you have an Instagram?
Yeah, Jen Shepherd 66.
Okay. So we'll put that information.
Yeah,
People
follow
can-
me.
Yeah.
It's tons of my wildlife stuff on Instagram. A
Oh,
little bit of personal, but mostly photography. Mhm.
yeah. Can you share a recent project or piece of work that you're particularly happy about?
Well, this morning I photographed a black-crowned night heron that was flying around. They're really elusive birds, and I got some great shots. I was actually down on my computer today, and I'm like, I really kind of miss it. I haven't photographed a lot in the last few months, and it really brought me back to the love of it. And I got some great shots of this heron, so now I'm excited, and I might frame that one for myself.
I love that.
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated as an artist?
Mm. That's a really good question, actually. So between my photography and the writing, I think creative outlets are so good for your mental health. The photography involves physical movement for me, lifting, walking, so that's good for me physically. But I think I know that if I do art, it makes me feel good. And so I don't have to be motivated, I just do it. And I do it in a I'm very routine. I write every single day currently. That's my 7 days a week, interspersed with some photography, and it's a pretty creative life.
How many hours a day do you write?
I'm usually writing from about 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. That's my best creative time, with my coffee. And then I would head out and then take a walk and photograph after that. So sometimes it's back to back stuff. Yeah. I'm usually in bed by 8. If anybody
Same.
wants to know. I know. It's a busy day.
I'm not up at 4 though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, are there any artists or creatives who have influenced or inspired your work?
Mm. Um, so I went to school for photography at Rochester Institute of Technology. It's a mouthful. And my first photography professor was so inspiring when I was a freshman. And the main takeaway I got from that learning with him was when you're looking at a photo that you take, you want to say, what doesn't belong in a photo? We're always looking at like, what do we want to put in it? But it's important to see what doesn't belong. What's branches sticking in, or things that like take your eye away from your main focus. He taught me all kinds of cool little tricks when I was a freshman. And we're still friends to this day.
Who was it? Do you remember? What's
His name is Willie Osterman.
Okay.
And I just did a photo workshop with him last summer up in upstate New York. And still has a darkroom. So I got to spend time working in a really old form of photography. It's called a wet plate collodion. And it's on glass plates. And you're making images. Super cool stuff. But anyway, so he still inspires me after 30 something years. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
What advice would you give to an aspiring artist looking to pursue a career in the arts?
Mm. Well, as my dad used to always say, don't let the turkeys get you down. And that's a great saying because, especially again, as I've been writing, you get a lot of rejection in this world. And then there's that little acceptance you get. It's like this little glimmer of, they like me, they really like me. And, if you believe in what you're doing, keep doing it. Even when it's hard, even when it's like you want to give up, just keep doing it because it's so satisfying when you succeed, and you're like, okay, there's my work in a magazine or on a wall or whatever. So that would, and people are going to try to get you down, be turkeys. And I just say, don't let them get you down. Just do what you love.
Yeah. What is your favorite book, movie, song, podcast?
So I don't listen to podcasts. I'm not like super modern, and I read crazy voraciously. So I don't actually have a favorite book, but I love creative nonfiction. I love World War II stories, strong women. If they're strong women characters, I tend to really gravitate there. And I love movies of all kind. Forrest Gump is a personal favorite. And yeah, I could go on and on about my books and movies, but yeah, I read quite a bit. So
What about music?
oh, music. I'm very old school. So 60s, 70s, 80s, 19, just to be clear, 60s, 70s, 80s. And yeah, I'm very old school. I don't know any really new music. Little Billie Eilish, here and there, but mostly, John Denver, and it's so embarrassing, but
No, it's not. Is it
it's
like
folk.
rock or folk?
Mostly folk, a little bit of soft rock, anything to kind of bring my nervous system down. That's what I like. Yeah.
Do you have a book that you recommend to people over and over? Sometimes it's different than your favorite book.
There's a book called The Lilac Girls. Gosh, I'm forgetting who the author is because I don't remember. But it's a fabulous book. It takes place during the World War II, and it's just women who come together. It's based on a true story, actually. And I would strongly, if you like memoir or you like just stories based on real characters. It's a beautiful story. Yeah, the Lilac Girls.
Cool.
Mhm.
What do you want to talk about that I didn't ask?
Oh, um, wow, that's a good question too. Uh, I think it's interesting, to see, I always felt like I was artsy and I kind of thought my kids might be that way, but they're not really. Well, they are in their own way, and I just think it's so interesting. Like the youngest one likes embroidery and like needlework, which I could not do that. I don't have the patience. And the older one is a professional dancer and singer. He's on Broadway and he's not afraid to be in front of people like I am. Like this interview, he's like, bring on hundreds of people, and then, my middle one, she has her own stuff that she does. And I don't really know if she's so artsy. So I just think it's so interesting. I guess I always thought my kids would be outdoorsy and artsy like me, but it didn't really happen. So,
Area.
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Can't
it.
think of anything else.
That's all right. I like that shout out to your kids.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
nice people. So,
Yeah,
regardless.
I get it. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for letting us into your house and your home. This is fabulous.
Sure.
I love it here. And we're right on the water. They can't see, but trust me, it's pretty awesome. And I felt inspired for sure. You're very inspirational. I love your photographs of birds, and especially the ones with the moon too. I don't know. You had that whole moon series?
Yeah.
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 So cool.
Taken basically from our back deck over the river.
I know.
know.
It's just, yeah, your work is
Yeah.
amazing. And much love.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Yay.
Bye.